Hello friends, let us start today constructor topic. It is very important topic of object oriented programming. What is constructor? Constructor is a special type of function used to initialize object of given class. Before using constructor, we have initialized object either by using set data function or by using get data function. But instead of using these two functions, we can also directly initialize object as well as it is declared by using constructor function. Therefore, constructor function is known as a lifetime scope of object. The role of constructor function is used only to initialize the object of given class by giving automatic call. Let us see the features. Name of the constructor function and class and the name of class is same. It has the same name as that of class. You don't need to decide any name for constructor function. It is automatically called whenever the object is declared. You don't have to call it separately, but it is always private. We never write constructor under private scope. It is always a public, and it never has any return type, not even void. As compared to other functions, this function is more simplified. The first point is the same name as that of class, that is, we don't need to discuss whether the name is set data or get data. The second main point is it is a automatic call, therefore we don't need to call object dot something get data set data. Okay, and the fourth point is also important. We don't decide whether the function is return value or not return value because it never has any return type. Therefore, it is as compared to set data and get data, it is a simple function. It has different types. The first is default constructor. Whenever you write constructor without any argument, without any parameters, then it is treated as default constructor. If we use at least one parameter or at most number of parameters, then it is called parameterized constructor. And you can directly use copy constructor. While using default constructor or parameterized constructor, we have to call the constructor by using new operator. But in case of copy constructor, we can directly declare object like a variable and directly initialize the any other object data of any other object to the given object. It is known as a copy constructor. Let us see the example. It is a simple example. Here we use first let us see the class. Here we use class my time. It has attribute hours, minute, and second. Okay. Here is the constructor function. It is called a default constructor because it has no parameters, no arguments. Okay. Here we declare the object of date time, and by using this object we can directly access hours, minute, and second. 24-hour time it will return. Okay, it is known as a default constructor. The role of this constructor is only to initialize the object of given class. The next one is parameterized constructor. It has three parameters: HMS, that is the value of h will be stored at the hs variable, that is our private variable, and then m and then s, that is hours, minute, and second. We can also override this uh, parameterized constructor. Here we pass three parameter. You can also pass only two parameter. But in this case, you have to take one parameter as a fixed value because here we have to initialize three values because we have a three attribute. Therefore, here you can use a fixed value. And now here is the simple function. That function return a string. Okay, simply display hours, minute, and second. Okay, now let us create a form. The first, whenever we click the button one, then it will invoke the default constructor and time will show under this text box. Parameter is 1, parameter is 2 because we have written two parameterized constructor and copy. Okay, now let us see the code of this form. Here we declare T3 as a new time. It will invoke the constructor of two parameters. Okay. After that, simply create a first object by clicking on button 1, and it has a default constructor in which we have access current system time by using date and time object. Okay. Under text box 1, it will show the t1 dot show, that is first object is declared, and it automatically invoke the constructor. After clicking on Saturn button, we have three parameters: parameter 1, parameter 2, and parameter 3. That is hours 1, minutes supposed 10, and second 45. And after by clicking, we have here we use a third object. Okay, value of third object. But for copy constructor, without using new operator, declare the object, and then you can copy the any object. Suppose here we want to copy object 1 to the object 4. It is known as simply, oh sorry, but we don't use here object 1 because the scope of object 1 is limited for button 1 click. Okay, then you have to write here global object, doesn't matter, write here object 3. If we declare all these constructor under the single button, then you can initialize object 4 with any declared object, or we have to use here object 3 only because object 3 is globally declared. Default constructor, we have passed the current system time. This is afternoon 3 by past 5 minutes and 0 second. Parameters 1, we have passed hours 1, minute 10, and second 45 for 4320. And this parameters we use for copy constructor. Okay, like this you can call constructor. You can also try this example by using either bank employee or student and see how the constructor get invoke. Now let us see one more point, and that point is static static data member and static method or static function. The simple concept is, whenever we declare variable with static keyword, then it is known as a static variable. But static variable by default has zero initialization, as well as it retain the previous result whenever it is called number of times. But in a .NET technology, whenever we declare any type of numeric data, then that data is always initialized to 0, because each and every class has by default its default constructor, and the role of that constructor is to initialize the object. If the data is numeric, then initialize with 0. If the data is alphabetical or string type, then initialize with null. Therefore, the nature of static variable is to by default initialize to 0, but in .NET each and every variable automatically initialized to 0. The main role of static variable is it's occur the same memory for all object of given class. That is, it is global for all object of given class, or the value of static member is shareable through the all object. For example, here we declare class X. Suppose we have a simple integer value I. Then for the object 1, I get incremented. The value of I is 1, object 2 is also 1, object 3 is also 1. Why? Because here whenever we declare number of object, then object 1 has allocated different memory. Object 2, the memory of object 2 is different, the memory block is of object 3 is also different. But here whenever we use a static keyword, then what happen, this class declare, whenever the first object is declared, then immediately this class initialize the I, and the same memory is utilized for all objects. Therefore, it is known as a global variable for all objects of given class. We can also use static function or static method For function, simply write a static keyword, then that function is changed to a static method. Like a static variable, static function is also global for a given class. Therefore, if you want to call such function, then you have to use a class name along with dot operator. Let us create a example. Let us take a new project. Simply, we have seen by using console application. Okay, take a new class. Suppose the name of class is test. Okay, this class has two members. The first is private integer counter, that is normal variable, and the second is private static integer counter. Okay, now let us create a default constructor of this class and simply give increment to this two variables, counter plus plus as well as static counter plus plus. Okay, now simply take one function, normal method, and here we want to print value of static and non-static counter. Now let us create a value of non-static counter. In simple function you can display the static member, but static function never allowed any normal data member. Okay, now within program let us create an object. The first object is test. Now immediately let us show the details of this object. What will be the values of counter and static counter? Here just give the message object 1 and simple call the show function. Okay, program end with dot read or read line, read key. Okay, let us see the program output. Here we did not change the name of object. Okay, now one more, take one more empty write line function, one more use write line method only for keeping single blank line within the objects, details of objects. Now for object 1 the static counter is 1, non-static is also 1. In this case, oh here I think I have made one mistake. The simple counter is non-static counter and this one is static counter. Now let us see the preview. The value of non-static counter is 1, static counter is also 1, but the value of non-static counter is 1 because it allocate the new memory for the second object, but the static counter use the previous memory block or share the same memory block. Therefore the value is 2 and here the value is 3. Okay, it is a difference between static and non-static. And suppose if we want to write a static function here, it is also possible. Public static void, suppose give name show1, and here also we want to print suppose the same static value. But if you try to call this function by using object, then it is not possible. Is t1 dot, look at carefully here, show1 function is not available. Now how to call such function? Such function is always called by using class name. Write here class name and give the dot operator. Here you find this function. Okay, the rule is same. It will see the static counter. If we use this function here, then it will show 2. Here it will show 1. Okay, it is a difference between static non-static method and static data member and normal data member. Thank you.